Hey everyone, welcome to Take on Mars. I'm your host, Hardcore Canadian Accent, and Take on Mars recently did a big update. They've got new printers, small ones and modular ones. So the small one can only print small items, including parts for the modular printer, so you can build a bigger printer to build bigger things. They also added new resources, ammonia, fertilizer, fertile soil. They put some fertile soil in the manned descent vehicle. They did a big update to the space station. They added a new scenario docking with the space station. They put the manned mobile laboratory in the printer and took out the science buggy. That's the main stuff, and it might not sound like much yet, but it's huge. So what I did is I went into the editor, and I picked, doesn't really matter what map you pick, so I picked this one. Basically based on the name, I was just like, yeah, that looks good, I'll pick that one. So I picked that one, and I made my own multiplayer map. Now if you want to take a look at it in the editor real quick, so what you do, just for a quick rundown, is the first thing you want to do when you're in the editor is click on new scenario. Give it a name. It can be anything. So anything. It also needs a file name. Also can be anything. And then you click create. Now it gives you new options. Save. So if you save it, you'll have a file called anything and a scenario called anything. You can also edit the scenario properties. This is where you can change the time of day. So if I change that to 16 and press enter, boom, daytime. You can also change the time scale. So that's every 1 minute is 12 minutes in game. 5 minutes would be an hour. That's twice as fast, so 2.5 minutes is an hour. And then there, every minute is an hour. Those are your options. So if we look at, oh, and then there's the delete. I like to press this when I'm starting out, make sure that the map is completely clean, and then from there you might want to, let's say, go to, gotta find the vehicles, here it is, and then you can have anything as your start vehicle. But for an example, here's the manned descent vehicle, and you just put your cursor anywhere. It can be in the sky. Okay. And then what you want to do is choose your starting vehicle. So let's say you click on that, and you click is start unit true. And if you save that, click save, you now have your own multiplayer scenario. You can go to multiplayer, create a game, load this map, and this thing will spawn people. Every time someone joins the game, this is where they're going to start. And it will fly down to the ground, the hatches will open up, and then you can start your multiplayer game. So that's what I did. And I did that earlier today. It doesn't, I forget what I was about to say, but whatever. So now I go to create game. You call it whatever you want. So I'm going to call mine Sidus Survival Developer Mode. And then choose how many players you want. I like to reduce the players to take it easy on my computer. And then here you have your save. So this is my new game, Anything. I could start that if I wanted to. Or I click on My Game and it has a save. So I choose my save game. And I go next, start server, and it's gonna actually restart the game, so I'll have to pause the video here. Alright, now it's loaded my multiplayer game. I join my game, here's the lobby. It says continue because I've been here before. Bam! This is exactly where I logged out. So, like I said, I put in a dropship. I also put in a few machines, not all of this. Basically everything you're looking at there, I added to the game to give us a start point. You know, there's a printer, there's a mixer, a soil extractor, a drilling unit, solar panels, generators, power cables, hubs. I started us with 10 of these resource barrels and this thing. We actually haven't used this thing yet at all. It has just been sitting there the whole time all by itself. But everything else is getting used. So we extract the rocks and turn them into aluminum oxide, iron oxide, and silicon oxide. Then we convert the iron oxide and aluminum oxide into just pure aluminum and iron and oxygen as a byproduct. We also take the Mars soil and break it down into water, silicon oxide, which is already in the printer over here. Got our silicon oxide, and it also gives iron oxide. The main thing is the silicon oxide. See, I have a full tank of Mars soil, so I'll take that off. Put that on the mixer. I have to share the power cords right now, we don't have enough. Plug in my mixer. Let's take a look. Got the reactions list. Split Mars soil. Silicon oxide, iron oxide, and water. That's right. But the silicon oxide, iron oxide, we just have to change this tank to water. And away it goes. It's now converting the Mars soil into resources that we need. What we've been doing is printed some extra resource barrels to help us do what we had to do over there. We've also been printing parts for a new printer. We're making a giant version of this little guy. So this is what we've got so far. We've got, it's almost a 3x3, that's what we're going for. And we have to build the walls. And then you put resources over here.